Hello everybody, welcome back to the Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus with me, Flik, and I was just looking at my collection to see how many question marks were left to fill in. I had Platinum Gods, so all the ones from the base game up through Rebirth and... no, not including Afterbirth, I think, are done. So we start seeing question marks around about here-ish, and there is actually quite a few. A lot of them will be Angel Deal items, probably. And then on the next page there's a ton there. That's into Afterbirth Plus, for sure, because... like King Baby is there, for instance. So yeah, there's a lot of Afterbirth Plus items I don't have yet. There's not too many Afterbirth ones I don't have. Then at the end here, a few more. So there's a few I need to pick up. They might be unlocked, it just might be that I've not picked them up. And on that note, today, just going to do an Eden run. Where are you? There you are. And this episode is dedicated to Zapperwork. Thank you very much for your support on Patreon last month. This one is for you. What is wrong with our face? Oh, we started with the sack head, the very item I was talking about. Unfortunately, we only have one red HP and we have Tammy's head as a space item, which is good, but we might die quickly because we're essentially Judas without the damage. Oh, actually no, our damage is better than average. Okay, not too bad. 7092, I don't like that the top line is all numbers. F4XE. Yeah, this is a very strong start except when it comes to HP. But because we're going to get so many sacks as opposed to normal consumables, it might mean that we can get more Spirit Hearts. I'm not entirely sure what the payout rate of Spirit Hearts in sacks is. Now we did start with a bomb. I'm going to take the gamble on 2 sacks plus a secret room. It's not a double... oh, it is a double floor. That means we're not... oh no! No! I should have just pushed it once and then moved back. Well... hello Mom's Foot. Oh, it's because we have the toenail equipped. We have badass hair. We also have Eden's Soul as a space item, which takes about 20 years to charge. Damage is real bad, speed is bad, fire rate is average. Let's risk the curse room and decide if we're sticking with this one. I like that we have Eden's Soul because it could potentially do nice things. We've got Are You a Wizard, which is obviously not good, but still. That's why I don't play as Judas very much, because of that kind of experience that can just happen. We had interesting stuff there in every regard except HP. But oh well. Oh, I'll give the seed for this actual one we're doing in a second. W783 SCDP. Did I say that right? SCDP? Yeah, I did. DP stands for Donkey Punch. Don't Google it. So Eden's Soul, I believe, it gives you 2 items based on the room you're in. Or maybe it's 1 item. Either way, I believe it's based on the room you're in, so if I use it in a devil deal, it's going to be devil items, angel deal, angel items, etc, etc. And it's not a double floor this time. We also didn't start with a bomb. If we do, we're going to have to come back here for sure. So my thinking is, use it in the first deal with the devil, although eventually, if I am going to want to fill out the post-it, not the post-it notes, the collection, I'm going to have to do some more angel runs, but we have some of those planned because I have to do Mega Satan with a few other people, and the easiest way to do that is to force angel deals via sacrifice rooms, which we will get to. But yeah, in terms of just getting a potentially powerful run, some extra deal with the devil items, plus the first deal with the devil could be red chests, could be Krampus, or something else equally as useless. Yeah, I actually kind of hope we get a bunch of bombs from the boss. There's a lot of good stuff we could do with it. Gonna go find the item room because we're below starting average damage. And that can be annoying, especially if it's like a champion Ragman or... I don't know, is champion Ragman now the worst boss you can fight in the first floor? Unless you get the super rare Headless Horseless Headman. It can happen, but it is amazingly rare. And there's our item room. This is a bad room. Now we could instantly get this item filled if we take, or if we get a bomb and then get the battery, but again, using it in an item room just to get 1 or 2 items from the item room pool, that doesn't have as a potential big payoff as extra deal with the dev items you can get for free. How many charges is this anyways? It's like 15 at a glance? It's more than 10, so my guess would be 15 because it doesn't look like 20. Little Chubby, I'm going to need you. Thank you. He actually did exactly what I needed him to do and annihilated that guy. We got another stone chest we can't do anything with. Stigmata is great. It doesn't take us above average Isaac starting damage, unfortunately, but at least it makes a difference here. Can't do anything with the shop. It's the first time in a long time I've actually said this, but we kind of just want bombs from the boss. 10 bombs. It's a boring, non-stat changing thing to get usually that you don't want, but in this case, yeah, I do. We could get something that's in the middle, like, I'm blanking on the name of the item that gives you a few bombs and a black heart. An evil up. I'd know it if I saw it, but that's no use to me right now. It's not torn photo, but it can. Oh, the matchbook. I think that's what I'm thinking of. I assume it gives you an evil heart because of the slight pyromaniac-esque tendencies it implies. So we got a tears up. That does compensate for their appalling damage per tier by making us shoot more of them. That would have been such an interesting floor if we got a bunch of bombs. But the only bombs on the floor were stuck behind places I needed bombs to get to, so that is a shame. But we're going to have this charged by the time we get to the boss. Oh, we don't have a spirit heart though. Still don't. We don't have a spirit heart, so if I don't get the deal with the devil chance, we're going to have to hold on to it for another at least one floor, most likely two. Oh wait, what happens if I use it in a curse room? The curse room would be the devil pool, right? That might work. Like, the curse room technically doesn't have an item pool, it's just that you can get red chests, and red chests have certain items, not all items. They have certain items out of the devil pool. It's not quite the same thing, but I would assume for the purposes of this item, that's what it would give you. The alternative is it doesn't do that, and because it doesn't know what else to do, it will just give you, like, from the item room pool. I'd rather not have to take that gamble, so I hope that we don't get hit, and I can actually get that deal with the devil. Don't really know for sure how that's going to go, but we need a bomb and a tinted rock. And there's one room of charge, so we'll get that in here. Sneak past him. Ooh, that was close. We don't have a key for the item room because I used it on the chest. Not quite sure why I did that now that I think about it. What was my thinking there? There's not really a massive chance to get a spirit heart from a gold chest. It's not impossible, but it's also not likely. There's the battery. And we didn't get a key for finishing the room, unfortunately. Well, if the boss is just down here, go for it. Sacrifice room. Also potentially interesting. Boss room is still not visible. And we have no money, so I can't even go to the shop to get a spirit heart. If I do get hit, or if we don't get a deal with the devil, you know, if anything that happens to stop me getting in that room. Ooh, there's some money though. Don't mess this up now. Oh, we still need a couple of keys though. I'll try the curse room play. I'll go in the curse room, I'll use Eden's soul, Eden's life, whatever the hell this item was called. I'll use it in there and see what happens. Try and prepare to fight Poop as well, just in case. Nope, did get a lot of money though. There's the boss. Wow, that was a quick room. Keys? A key. Just to make the chances of this happen, I'm going in the shop. Spirit heart. No spirit heart. Okay. Also did not realise it was Curse of the Unknown, so I don't know what I'm going to be getting. That's potentially bad because... Oh, I'm also in a small room. It's potentially bad because what if it's 9 lives and I'm throwing away 3 red hearts for basically no reason. Oh, I'm amazed I missed. Okay, should be fine. 100% deal with the devil chance. We'll pick this up, it might just be... Well, actually no, I'm not going to until after, because if it's HP it could make us live. So there is a 2 heart deal, and there is a 1 heart deal. There's also a devil. Use the spacebar. We get 2 free deal with the devil items. Now then, I'm going to play him a little bit first, in case I'm about to lose all my HP to 9 lives. Paid it with a tarot card, the Hermit. Okay. He didn't pay out. So what we got? Gimpy. Wish I'd picked that up first, obviously, but who would have known? 7 seals, I like it. Spirit of the Night is flying. Dare I go this deep? Yes, I dare. Razor Blade is not very good. Oh, that gives you a bunch of Spirit Hearts though, so actually we're doing fine. And now we can fly. So our 2 free items were Gimpy, which is amazing, and Little Harbingers, which I really like. And then obviously there's the Asterisk, where Little War will constantly get you hit because his attacks don't work properly. Traded a bomb for 3 bombs. Honestly wanted more Spirit Hearts, but that's fine. We're still very sluggish. So, we'll get the item room, and then... Also, we look like a badass punk now. We'll get the item room, and then we'll go. The Razor Blade... Dull Razor would have been better. Oh. So these are the ones where you kind of build them up, right? No. No, it is not. I'm getting that confused with a different item. This is Parasital Tears? Or Parasite Tears? Well, so much for looking like a badass punk. Now we just look like a zombie with a skin condition. Well, all zombies have skin conditions, I suppose. The skin condition being rigor mortis. Decomposition. A bad case of the uglies. If I find a curse room, wait, did I miss... I didn't go in the curse room at all on the last floor, did I? I should have went in and looked. Could have teleported out with the Hermit card. Not that we've got Guppy Progress or anything like that, but it was essentially just a free look in a curse room, which could potentially lead to good things. That was a mistake. Also, as far as like deal with the devil items go, both the ones I took and ones I got for free via Eden Soul, given that we started with bad damage, I was obviously hoping for damage. Oh, thank you, Gimpy. I was hoping for damage. We didn't get any damage. Well, we did, in a manner of speaking. Harbingers hurts enemies. But I have no control over it. And every so often it will hurt me because war is broken. It gives you explosive flies and then puts them around you so that when they lock onto someone, they're right next to you, and then you basically can't avoid getting hit. It's an item that you definitely don't want to take as the loss, let's put it that way. Although there's a long list of items you shouldn't take as a loss, I suppose. Speaking of items you shouldn't take, there's Glass Cannon. Boy, I hope we get a reroll because I don't want to miss another item room that isn't a statistical increase. Glass Cannon, it used to be good. It used to be okay. You can get in there for free if I want it. So Glass Cannon, as it existed when it first got added, it would take you down to half a red heart if you ever used it. It does one big massive tear, does a ton of damage. And you could use it if you had Spirit Hearts, because it didn't take Spirit Hearts. But then they decided, oh no, you can't have that. That's way too powerful, an item that you see maybe once every 100 runs. Gonna have to nerf that. So they nerfed it, so now it also takes you to half a Spirit Heart if you're running on only Spirit Hearts. So now it's not worth taking. Unless you have 9 lives and you have the 1 heart, I suppose. But you're already grasping at straws if you're in that situation anyway. So they took an item that was only useful to certain characters in certain situations and made it useless to most characters in 99% of situations. I think as the lost you can use it without worry, actually, so maybe he's the only one who can get any use out of it now. On the regular. So I suppose there's that. We found the item room, we haven't been into the shop because we can teleport there. Let's do the boss, see if we get our 1 in 3 chance. I also haven't seen Little War spawning yet. It's mostly been Conquest. Yeah, right, that hit me. BS, I was next to... Oh, the parasital tears made him stop in his tracks. Well, it gave us a black heart. We didn't get a lucky roll. I'll look in the shop. Tear Detonator is not quite as good Guppy's head. Sorry, Tammy's head. But I'll take the ability to hold 2 cards just in case we can make something of that. Oh, there's a tent rock I missed. Many of you spotted that when I was in here the first time. It's hard to notice on the, what are these even called? Flooded caves. Thank goodness I went back. that extra spirit heart could make all the difference on the next floor, because we should be up to our, what, 64 point something chance at a deal? 67, okay. Boss room with 2 stone chests, this is probably worth trying. Yeah, okay. I think stone chests do have a higher chance of paying out the spirit hearts than a regular chest. Or sorry, a regular gold chest, I mean. Definitely more than a regular chest. Mimics should have a higher chance of dropping useful things if you open them, given that you're trading HP for the privilege. You know, when they first added the mimics, there was no way to tell it was a mimic until you touched it. That's why, or that's when you've got to start questioning the design decisions of people who no longer give a shit. And it's very obvious with decisions like that. Here are mimics which will do guaranteed damage if you touch them to open them. But there's absolutely zero tell for them. And rightfully people said, are you an idiot? This should not be this way. This is obviously not fair. Especially if you're playing as the Lost. But it's just not fair in general. It's guaranteed damage. And not the usual form of guaranteed damage we like to complain about, which is room layouts. So yeah, they changed it, so now, actually I would think, or I would say that the tell is now a little too obvious. But I'm glad, oh, hello war. But I'm glad that it's there, because it didn't used to be. They used to look no different to a regular chest. Actually no, maybe I'm misselling it slightly. I think they were slightly discoloured, but very, very slightly. And at the speed you open things in this game, you wouldn't notice. But now thankfully they've got the kind of spiked rims, and if you get near them you can actually stand close enough that the spikes come out and not hit you if you're careful enough. But it's dumbass things like that. And I don't fully understand or know who to put the blame at for that. I think Ed has ran out of creative ideas and also has some very questionable ideas about the type of people who play his game. But that said, Nicholas are an incompetent company with horrendous people working for them. And I believe that because Ed is now just kind of creatively dead, he's just letting them kind of do their own thing. Like, Ed's next best item to add to Isaac was an item that makes bombs explode half a second faster. I don't know. Thank goodness that they thought to add community support for via mods and whatnot, because then at least creative people can do something with the groundwork they put in. I want to go find the item room because I also want to clear some extra rooms for some... Oh, actually, wait. I can just blow this up. Because I'd like to buy something from the shop. Never mind. This will actually be of use to us, I think. I can't remember if you have to be on a no hearts or a half red heart for Monkey's Paw to kick in. We'll keep it anyway because we don't have a trinket. I didn't mean to go off on the tangent again, but for some reason that bombs explode slightly faster shitty item he added has been turning up on a lot of runs for me recently, and every time I see it I laugh to myself that that's the only creative thing he could think of to put in one of the community mod packs. While he's putting in these amazing ideas that other people have had, he put in bombs explode half a second faster. It's just another bad item in an item pool that is already diluted to the point where none of the nerfs of the good items should have happened. Because there's so many bad items now are just or irrelevant, that's the word for irrelevant items in the item pool now, that it doesn't matter if some are really, really OP. Because they need to be. We don't need another shot speed or speed upgrade in the item pool. There's so few damage upgrades already outside of Deals with the Devil. Which is why Deals with the Devil are still just so important. It's the only way to get near guaranteed damage. I'm going to take Red Candle. I was going to take the car battery, but we don't actually have a spacebar item that uses it. So we'll just go like this. And our damage isn't so good that we need to, or that we can rely on it. Pearl necklace, range and luck. That's a new item, right? Luck became more important in Afterbirth Plus, and I'm not talking about the kind of cosmic idea of luck. I'm meaning literally the luck stat in the game. So I don't mind that they added more luck-related items. Ooh, Dank Depths XL. But again, every item you add dilutes item pool. And I remember singing his praises a long time ago regarding his approach to items, because he used the formula that Magic the Gathering does. There has to be bad cards, and in Isaac terms, bad items, so that the good items are good. There has to be that balance between them. Every item can't be amazing. And that was a great design ethos. And then I just look at it now and I'm like, what the hell happened? Oh, right, you just stopped caring. I don't know if... I think Isaac started as a passion project. It took off, he embraced it. Then it kind of became the thing that paid the bills. Maybe? Maybe reading into it too much, but oh, look, that's a very obvious mimic. That's the impression I got. That's why he didn't particularly handle the redoing of Isaac into Rebirth, Afterbirth, etc. He contributed. He had a position, but he got this company to basically handle it for him and handle the ports of it as well, which is why the Nintendo ports of the Isaac games are so appallingly bad. Did they ever fix... Well, actually, that's not fair. The PSP version was terrible as well, or PS Vita. Did they ever fix those? I'm willing to bet not, but I don't know for sure, so I don't want to misrepresent. And this is partially just to have something to talk about. Obviously, I still like the game, because otherwise I wouldn't be playing it. But trying to understand... Like I think I've said before, I have a fascination with understanding people's motivations to do things. Usually from an ethical perspective. Not necessarily whether or not I agree or disagree with what they're doing. I just want to understand why people do it. That's why I compare myself to Sylar from Heroes, except I don't murder people yet. I want to understand how things work and how people work. Because I feel like I don't, and I wish I did. And that's why I like theorizing. Maybe one of the theories I have is correct, maybe it's not. Nothing else is something to think about. It's like, say you are a content creator that does only one type of content, and it's really, really good. Are you eventually just doing that because you have to? Or does that passion actually stay for that long? Like, if Rebirth had never came out, I don't think I'd still be playing the original Binding of Isaac. It feels very dated. I loved the changes they made to Rebirth. Everything eventually gets old to me. But that's potentially why I chose to be a variety streamer rather than streamer/content creator, rather than focusing on one single thing, even if one single thing got really, really popular for a little while, because I know myself and I know I would get bored eventually. But when I can put something down for a little while, like for instance Enter the Gungeon, which I get bored of now and then, so I put it down for a little while, then I come back to it a little bit reinvigorated. I like being able to do that, because if I was forcing myself to do it because it was super popular, that's how you start to hate your job, even if the job you have is something that you should love, because it's a great job. It's not a great job to describe to people what you do. It's easier to just say you work for Google, you know, you work for YouTube. It's always more annoying when you go into detail. Like, I told the story on stream, but someone sent something to the PO box around about November. It got sent to the wrong one, and the person whose PO box it went to didn't return it. Just don't know what they did with it. Basically think they stole it. So was chasing this up with the Postal Service, and eventually the Postal Service said, look, we've tried to contact this person, they're ignoring us, you're going to have to go to the police about it. So I was like, okay, I will. And unfortunately, in part of like going to police and filing a report and having them check it out, etc., I was like, well, what were you getting sent? It's like, okay, well, look, someone who is a fan of what I do has sent me something for Christmas, and it's a Christmas present of great value. It's a bespoke painted miniature, and I had to describe what 40k was, which wasn't fun. Although thankfully one of the police officers we were talking to was actually into 40k and knew what I was talking about, which was nice. But then I had to go through, what do you mean they were a fan? It's like, oh, I do YouTube and Twitch for a living. Thankfully we didn't have too many follow-up questions after that. Usually people do. The matter is still ongoing, by the way. It's a low priority, like the policeman warned that, you know, this is a low priority. Mail theft is a low priority case. We'll work on it when we can, but we have more. Boy, didn't use this wording, but obviously they have more important things to worry about than mail theft. And I understand that perfectly. The fact that they're willing to even look into it is surprising. I honestly thought the response was just going to be, well, can't really do anything about that. Although in this case we do actually have proof that this other person at this other PO box signed for it, thankfully. So I have proof that they have it, or had it. Then they've either just decided to chuck it in the bin because it wasn't for them, or they've stolen it and kept it for themselves, or maybe they sold it on eBay because bespoke painted 40k miniatures go for a lot of money on eBay, like commission paintings of those things. Ridiculously expensive. And it's those type of situations where, to pull this back into what I was talking about before, I want to understand the mentality of the person who got this package that was meant for me from Tony Allen, who you'll probably know if you're ever in my streams. So this person gets a package to his PO box. It's not meant for him. What goes through his head? Is it not the normal assumption to be like, oh, this isn't for me. I'm not Flik's gaming stuff. I should put this back into the post box saying you got the wrong address, or maybe take it to the postman and say, hey, this got put in my PO box. This isn't me. Do something about it. Is that not the normal way someone would react? Maybe the person who got it is just like really lazy. I don't know. That's not acceptable, I don't think. But maybe they're just really lazy and it's not their problem. That's a very human thing to have, the reaction to have to most things. It's like, well, it's not my problem, so why should I care? Yeah, that's unfortunate. But I wish I knew. I wish I knew for sure what happened. And I might still find out. It's been like a week and a half now at this point. Haven't heard anything. Probably going to have to chase it up just to see if they've made any progress at all. Maybe it's innocent and the person was just on holiday over Christmas and New Year. Maybe they just hadn't been to their PO box. You know, that is a possibility. Maybe I'm doing the internet thing of automatically assuming guilt / like the bad outcome. Like the internet is where every ending is a bad ending. If you want to use game terms, we always assume the worst, we always expect the worst, we're always cynical about everything. Ooh, Baneface. That's actually pretty good. It doesn't improve our damage, which is still appalling, but, you know. So yeah, this might be a case of me assuming this person has just pinched something that wasn't his. It was a double floor, right? Yeah, so there's actually... No, we have both item rooms. We've had the shop, which was unfortunately greed. Yeah, we just need damage from a guaranteed deal with the devil. Yeah, maybe this person was away. Maybe they don't check their PO box very often. But after this long, they'd have to be very rich to go on like a 3-month-long holiday. I don't know, maybe PO boxes are used for illicit things. Maybe that's why they're not causing any fuss about it. Who knows? Nobody does yet, and that's why I find myself wondering. Red Mom, as long as we don't get war again, is not too shabby. I'm sure I'll end up talking about where this goes, incidentally, once something does happen. What the outcome is. What am I expecting the outcome to be? I'm going to expect that this is my genuine guess. They got this thing, it wasn't meant for them. They opened it before realising. Saw it wasn't for them. Didn't understand what it was, because maybe they didn't know what 40k was. And chucked it. I think they just chucked it in the bin. That is my honest guess. Camping Conception or Book of Sin? Well, since we're using red candles as my source of damage, I'll take Camping Conception. Which means if we get hit enough times, we will get free familiars. Down to the womb with 2.55 damage. Wait, didn't we have like 3 damage at one point? Why is it 2.55? I could have sworn we were at 305. Did taking Tractor Beam lower my damage? Not sure what happened there. But yeah, that's my guess. They opened it. It wasn't for them. They didn't know or care about the content. They chucked it. And the police are going to get him, go interview him and be like, so what did you do? Like, throw it in the bin. Sorry, it's long gone because it was back in November. Now, after that, I don't know if we're going to get the option to be like, well, hey, this person destroyed your mail. Is that a crime? Do you want to pursue it? At that point, is there really any point? And part of me thinks maybe, yeah, because if they were just lazy, you know, they didn't do the right thing by handing back mail that wasn't theirs, maybe you should pursue them to the full extent the law allows, whatever that is. But then part of me is like, it's not worth the effort. I also don't have a particularly high opinion of the justice system, honestly. But then they might look at it like just someone trying to make their life worse. As maybe they just threw away mail that wasn't meant for them without thinking about the ramifications potentially. Although it was a parcel, that's the thing though. It wasn't just a letter, it was a parcel. And I feel like that requires more action than if you just got a letter that's not addressed to you. Like when I moved into my house, my new house, mail for the previous owner, god damn it, mail for the previous owner would turn up quite a lot. And I didn't just chuck it in the bin every single time. Every single time I got mail that wasn't meant for me, it was meant for the previous person. They didn't leave a forwarding address, incidentally, which would be the easiest way to send it to where it needs to be. I did what... Ooh... There's damage, but it's also going to put me so close to death. I think this run is damned either way, so let's take the damage so that hopefully we can actually... Oh, you know what? I was looking at my luck stat, wasn't I? I was too caught up on what I was saying. I think that's what I was doing. Also, tinted rock? No. As I was saying, yeah, it doesn't happen anymore by this point, or it hasn't for like at least a month. But I got mail for the previous owner. They didn't leave a forwarding address. I did what Royal Mail says to do on their website. I wrote on it, no longer at address, no forwarding address given, and I put it back in the mail. It goes back to the sorting office. They handle it. That is not a big deal to do. That doesn't necessarily mean they're going to get the mail, but it means I've done what's required of me. And it feels like that's the right thing to do. Maybe it isn't right to expect the minimum from people. I don't know. But that's when you start getting into... Oh, thank you again, Gimpy. Like, super cynical. Everyone else is a bastard, so I should just be one too, which I don't want to do. That's the one thing I want to truly avoid ever falling prey to, is just that line of thinking that if everyone else is a bastard, then why not be one too? That's not the way I want to be. But again, maybe it's all a misunderstanding. The matter is pending. We'll see where it goes. But I've given you my best estimate of where it's going to go. And as for what options I have once we know for sure, don't know. I'll wait and see. It is a shame that someone tried to be nice and send me something for Christmas only to have it by accident sent to the wrong place, and then that place doing whatever it is they did with it. Really don't like the blow. Please get sat on and murdered. Thank you. I also pressed tab there by accident. I don't know what game I thought I was playing. Oh, a speed up! Yeah, that's a statistic we need. What is going to make this deal with the devil work that we got on a low percentage play? Abaddon and 9 lives. We already saw it in this void. That was a test to make sure you were paying attention, because clearly I'm not. That's the scales of when you're doing commentary and playing a game. Sometimes the scales tip towards the commentary, sometimes it skips towards the game. The ideal place is, I think, perfectly level, but that's very, very hard to do if you actually are thinking about what you're saying. But anyway, I don't even remember what got me off on that tangent about the pending matter of mail theft, but we'll see where it goes, and I'll probably end up talking about it again in an Isaac run in the future. Temperance, the Fool. Temperance, the World. I want to use the World on the Cathedral. That's why I'm holding off doing it here. Oh wait, we'll take the Fool card just to nip into the Curse Room. See if we can get ourselves an item. That's a tinted rock. So if we get rid of Temperance for a second, That's actually still fine. I think Temperance pays out with an item if you blow it up in the chest. That's if we live that long. Yeah, I totally was looking at my luck before. I just glanced over and I was like, 2.55? I did it again. Alright, 4.61 though, to be fair, is still absolute trash. Hierophant we'll just use. Thank you very much. Death card, Empress, 2 of clubs. Oh, we've got a bunch of bombs. Empress, I think, to make the Isaac kill, or maybe even it lives easier and I can come back for another card. So Empress and World. Yeah, won't bother with Temperance. Oh, there's an arcade as well. Treasure Beam plus Spectral Tears from Spirit of the Night that we got ages ago via Eden's Soul is actually working out really well. All this money and naught to do with it. Hello, Curse of the Maze. Hello, Curse of the Maze. It's probably not worth it. Hello, Curse of the Maze. How wonderful to see you and not at all annoying. While adding no innate difficulty to the run. You're the best of the inventions. You are the greatest. Oh, that's an ideal room for just chilling out over here. Oh, I can fire that over rocks. I was not using it because I didn't think you could. But now I know. No, actually I'm beginning to think it's because I was exactly on the corner, because that time it did not fire over the rock. And lots of money. We're going to get a tarot card here, would not mind a joker. Oh, never mind, they dropped Bob's Rotten Head. Yeah, just fire off the screen and explode over there. Wasn't like I was looking for a secret room or anything, you know. Oh, that could be a joker card. 2 of spades doubles our keys. Well, that's enough keys for the run. Wheel of Fortune definitely pays out with an item on the chest, but I'd still want the Empress for the damage. I managed to expertly fire that flame there to make sure it hit nothing. Well, we don't really need more bombs and keys at this point. Here's our boss. Last minute, awesome second secret room. Could be. Yeah, okay. I'm going to get hit on the It Lives fight because our damage is garbage, so I'm going to leave that black heart and come back for it. Oh, right, I keep forgetting the tractor beam isn't actually a laser, so the tears still have travel time. At this point, I think it's safe enough to save Empress for Isaac. Yeah, she actually died a lot faster than I was expecting. We actually got that low percentage final deal with the devil. It's Krampus, who used his beam in a manner which was utterly unavoidable based on the layout, and then war hit us. Creatively dead, as I said. But we did get a good item. Let's go back for that other black heart. And we're using the world once we're up here. God damn it. Now it looks like Isaac is super cocky and holding like a gobstopper in his mouth. Is he still looking like that? Yeah, he is. Look how cocky he is. The world. So there's a curse room. There's a sin. Yeah, we'll get you to pay out. If he pays it with HP, I will probably take it, but only if either I'm about to die or the floor is done. We will lose Polaroid invincibility if I do that. Or you could just like never pay out too. That's HP. Okay, good to know it's there. Remember rightly, the difference between red candle and blue candle is red candle does less damage, but it lingers longer. So if the enemy isn't moving and the fire rests on him, it does more damage overall. Ace of Hearts. Don't want it. Although we did unlock that recently. Now if Magic Mush drops, I'm taking it and then we'll just go back to that other HP anyway. Because I want the damage. Tower. Ace of Hearts. Justice. Come on, clutch me, baby. Nope. Cracked die. D6 plus D20. Why am I holding on to the Tower card? Tower and the Empress, yeah. Yeah. So now we can re-roll what we get in the chest on the chest if it's garbage. That is pretty good. I'm just ignoring the sin, incidentally. It doesn't matter who it is. We've had one syringe, so even if it was lost, it's not very likely that we'll get the spawn transformation. Well, that said, we could get a syringe on the chest, I suppose. Let's fight Isaac with the Empress. So we have a little bit more damage. Why did I let that hit me? I mean, it was right there. I could easily have dodged it and I chose not to for some reason. The fire is still doing the damage, more so than our tears, but our tears are keeping them slow. Yeah, that's definitely doing the roasty toasty. Off the back wall, not quite enough to kill him because I extinguished it by accident, I think. We're not going to delirium. I'm not going to take that HP. I'm going to place a bet that we're not going to get an item here that improves our HP along with another stat. Watch as I am wrong. No? Yes. No. Yes. Damn it. That's still fine. Well, if we're taking red HP in the form of an all-stats up, I might as well take Maggie's bow. It's okay. 4.99 damage on the chest is not amazing, but the fact that we've got Tractor Beam to make sure our tears travel where I want them to travel, plus the kind of like... Ooh, that is an item though, isn't it? Number 1. With Tractor Beam, I think that's fine. Yeah, it's still... Actually, it's better than fine, because now we've got the fire rate of number 1, but we still have infinite damage, infinite range. It just takes a little while. Infinite damage would be something entirely different. Yeah, okay. I don't remember if number 1 is a tier cap breaker. I don't think it is, because it put us at exactly 5. It feels like it would have changed. Don't really need red candle now with this fire rate. Okay, yeah. Number 1 plus Tractor Beam removes the negative of having number 1. Burn them both. I think Maggie's bow, is that the one that also means that red hearts do double the effect? I might be confusing it with a different item. Little horn and 2 dark ones. Burn! Where is he? Crystal Skull we definitely do not want. If the path to Delirium opens up after Blue Baby, we're not doing it because we're in no condition to fight him. It's amazing we made it this far with less than 5 damage, honestly. If it wasn't for Tractor Beam, we wouldn't have. Just flat out, I think. Letting me engage from further away. Making sure I knew where my tears were going. Could have just re-rolled them. Hang on, let's just re-roll. Alright, okay. Bring back right at the end. And parasital tears, parasodic, whatever the hell they're called. They're good. The consistent slow effect from them is very handy. So they help carry as well, despite the fact we had no damage. And keeping Blue Baby slowed, he can't touch us. Almost literally until he starts teleporting. And even then he's struggling. Oh wait, no, he's unslowed. But he's sitting on war, and war killed him. No, we're not doing delirium. Not with 5 damage. Alright, we're cashing that one in. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you again to Zafwork for his support, and I will see you next time. Ta-da for now.